Assalamu alaikum, family. Hope this finds you in the highest of vibes. It's Ajit coming at you live, sending you high vibes of love and gratitude. Hope this finds you in the highest and highest of vibes. So today I'm feeling inspired once again, and I wanted to do a video on how to make a man fall in love with you. That's what we're gonna talk about today, inshallah. So there's 5 steps I want to share with you. Number 1 is be yourself, hold him accountable, listen to him, speak life to him, and support him. These are the 5 steps that I found to be most beneficial in making a man fall in love with you. And it's no like manipulative thing, anything like that. I'm talking about just how to make it happen and be real with it. And it takes realness. Once I'm done with the video, I'll be like, yeah, I know what she's talking about. It takes realness. You know what I'm saying? So first and foremost, number 1, be yourself. When I mean be yourself, I mean love yourself, accept yourself, value yourself, be your own best friend. And these are things that you do before you meet him. You know what I'm saying? Self-love is built on your own. Self-acceptance is built on your own. And the journey of self-love and self-acceptance and valuing yourself is a lonely one. Because as you start to grow and transform and get to know yourself, you get to realize some of the people around you and the vibes and the energies they bring don't vibe with your core energy, because you're able to then tap into your core energy to be like, this doesn't feel right. They just be draining me. You know what I'm saying? I don't mean like kick people out of your life and not love them and all that. I just mean if they're not for you, keep them at a distance. So sis, love yourself, value yourself, and know what you want and what you need in order to maintain the happiness and the goodness that you have worked so hard to attain. Don't let no man come in your life and take away your joy, your self-love, your high self-esteem, the value you see in yourself. You know what I'm saying? So you have to do that on your own, without anybody in you, without a man in your life. You have to do that on your own. Reach that level, be strong in that level, so that when he comes in your life, there's nothing he can do to shake you. Even if things don't go right and you end up breaking up, or you feeling, or somewhere in the relationship something happens that makes you feel like rejected, you don't have to feel like there's something wrong with you. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to feel like, oh, maybe I'm this or I'm that. No, you know your value, you know your worth, and you got high self-esteem, you have self-love, and you've accepted yourself before him. So him coming in your life doesn't change any of that. You know what I'm saying? So when you are yourself, and the man comes in your life and finds you being yourself, you're gonna be like, oh, okay, so it's safe for me to be myself. It's safe for me to accept myself around her. And then the fact that when he comes in your life and he has self-love and self-acceptance, self-value, he doesn't have to worry about trying to give that to you, or trying to uplift you from somewhere where your vibes are lower than him. So it's kind of like I'm rambling. That if he has self-love and self-acceptance and you don't, then you're unevenly yoked. If you have self-love, self-acceptance, and you know yourself, and you've done the work, and he hasn't, you're unevenly yoked. So once you're able to be yourself, then you're able to attract a man that is himself, that is authentic, that values himself, that loves himself and accepts himself, so that you know, okay, if he's able to do that for himself, he can do that with me. And that's the same feeling he has for you, sis. When he sees, okay, she accepts herself, loves herself, that means when she loves me, it's real. And then she knows how to love me, and if she can accept herself, she can accept me as well. And that's a whole nother level of comfort and love, sis. Yeah, mashallah. Next, number 2 is holding him accountable. So this society is like teaching us that now you need to be a ride or die chick. I'm a ride or die chick. I ride for my man. I'm down for my man. All these things. What are you talking about? So he treats you anyhow and you still down? You don't speak up for yourself? You don't stand up for yourself? None of that. No, that's not love, and that's not healthy. That's toxic. That's toxic. You know what I'm saying? When you hold a man accountable, that's when you guide him and help him to be a better version of himself, to be a better man, not just for you, but for him, his own self. You know what I'm saying? So he sees that, okay, she's helping me be a better man. She's holding me accountable on how I treat her and things of that nature. Because some of the times the way they treat you is a test. Not even intentionally to be vindictive or cynical, anything like that, but it's just like a natural test. Like, she lets me slide on this, then she's this type of woman. If she doesn't let me, if she calls me out on this, then she's this type of woman. So he's trying to figure out what type of woman you are. So if you're the woman, you have to be the woman that'll hold him accountable. One, to protect your sanity, to protect your peace, protect your value, and just to show the self-love that you deserve. So I had technical difficulties, camera cut off. So this will be part 2, because I'll have to do it in 2. I want to do it in 2 videos now. So where I left off as was on point 2 on this video is about how to make a man fall in love with you. And I had explained part 1, be yourself. Point 1, be yourself. Point 2 is hold him accountable. Now, when you hold him accountable and call him out on his BS, you're guiding him and helping him to be a better man, to treat you better. And even if things don't work out, he's a better man for the next woman, and that's going to bring positive energy towards your life. So it's a win-win for everybody. But if you don't call him out, then he loses respect for you, and he doesn't value your word, because you're going to be like, I don't like this, but then he does it and you don't say anything about it. You don't do anything about it. And when I mean do something and say something, I don't mean like, oh, you yelling and tripping and doing all this extraness. No, I mean sitting him down and be woman about it and expecting him to be man about it. And you let him know, like, hey, bro, what you did, I'm not down with that. That's something I don't do. That's crossing the line, my boundaries. Like, I've worked too hard to reach this level of inner joy, inner peace, happiness, and self-love. So I can't have anybody in my life that's gonna destroy that, or I can't have that, you know. So you let him know coming from what you need, because when a man loves you, he wants to do anything and anything to make you happy. And your needs make you happy. And where you are, you found happiness on your own. So you're like, bro, I need you to either help me maintain this happiness, or I can't have you in my life. It is not a threat and not an ultimatum. I'm just letting you know what I need and what I'm going to tolerate and not tolerate. You know what I'm saying? So when you do that, he lets him know, all right, she's about her word. Because you told him you put in work to reach where you at. But if you just all of a sudden, you tell him you did that work, and then he does something that's against that, against your principles, against your self-love, and you don't say anything, he gonna be like, she ain't about her word. Maybe she didn't do the work, or maybe she didn't value herself, or she's not at the position or at the spiritual level that she claims to be. You know, all these things could happen from that. The best thing is to keep your word, by sticking up for yourself and letting him know, yeah, I really do got that self-love, and I can't let anybody, not just you, treat me anyhow. So then that's going to make him happy, because he's going to know, one, she don't get down with that, she don't like this, she don't want this, and any man that truly loves you will want to know and do the things that make you happy. That's just what it is. As you are doing things to make him fall in love with you, he's also doing things to make you fall in love with him. I'm sorry, not make him fall in love, I don't like that word. To have a man, to build love. I like that better. Build love. How to build love with the man. I like that better, because when I say make, it sounds like you're like forcing or being manipulative. Although I've explained, and you know I'm not talking about that, but you know, the vibe. So then yeah, sorry, I wrote notes on this, but so you call him out on his BS. That's gonna that'll help him be a better man, because you're guiding him to be aware of the things that is unhealthy. And maybe he hasn't even noticed it. Maybe he's been with a bunch of women who, when he does these things, the specific thing, they don't say anything. They let him go about it and keep doing it. So that's not making him better. That's enabling him. So for the next woman, she gotta deal with the same thing. Maybe she don't say anything. It's the repeat thing. It becomes his bad habit. So you're helping him be a better man in that. And any woman that helps a man be a better man will be a woman that he'll never forget. You know. So then the third point is listen to him. Sis, in this society, men don't have a voice. They don't have an emotional voice. They really don't. They've been taught from young that it's not okay to express your emotions. The only emotion you can express is anger. That's the manly emotion that you can express. You can't cry. You can't be depressed. You can't be sad. You know what I'm saying? And those things happen because life happens, and those are the vibes that they carry. And unfortunately, sometimes we haven't grown to love ourselves the way we need to. So when certain things happen, they become very difficult on us. But men are taught like, nah, you got got to be strong all day, every day, all the time. You can't express yourself. You can't, all this. Although it's not like somebody's saying you can't do this, you can't do that, but that's what society teaches, and that's what they learn, and that's what they express as adults. So if a man can't be himself outside the home, and he's going through all these things outside the home, when he comes home, he also can't express himself. Like, that's not a comfortable place to be. So if you open up the door, you open up your heart, to your man, and let him express his fears to you, express his guilt, the shame he's felt for this and that, or how when they treated him like this outside, how it made him feel less than a man, or made him feel shameful, or any feeling, that anything that he felt outside, or just in him, or maybe he has a project that he's supposed to be doing, he's working on it, and you come and be like, just talk to him like, what's up, what you doing, things like that, and he's like, oh, I'm just working on my project. I'm like, okay, that's cool, like, and he gets up, and then you build that comfort, and he's like, I'm like, you be like, so are you prepared for this? Are you ready for this? Is there anything I can do to help you get ready? Just open it so that he feels like he's just telling you what he needs for you to help, but he's really telling you how he feels about the project. So he's like, man, I'm not ready, I'm not prepared, and all these things. So when he opens up to you, then what you do, then that leads me to the fourth step, is you speak life into him, sis. You speak life into that man. He's telling you he's fearful about this, and he's not sure if he can do this. Be like, yo, I know you. And you got this. I believe in you. I support you. All these things to let him know about himself in that moment where he's forgotten himself and forgotten his power, or he hasn't tapped into it, or whatever he's opened up to you emotionally and deep in his heart. You speak life into him, and you remind him of who he is, when maybe at that moment he's forgotten who he is, that he doesn't believe he can do it, or he's not sure if he can do it, or he just needs assurance that he can do it. You tell him, you got this. I know you got this. Like, that reminds me of when Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, first started to get the revelation to him from the angel Gabriel. After he had that first encounter with angel Gabriel, and he told him the first verse of the Quran, which is read. Reading as in to study. We're telling us to study, to read, to recite the knowledge that's in the verses in the Quran, the knowledge in the Quran. After that, he was shook. Like, imagine seeing an angel live. How many of us have seen angels live? So imagine seeing one. It's like, whoa, shook, and it's like what's going on? Like, I'm even having difficulty saying the words, because it's just like, you're just dumbfounded, like, shook, like, what do I do? So he went to his wife, like, really shook, like, he's like, hold me. Told her what happened, that he's afraid, he doesn't know if this is like from God, like, has God forsaken me, like, what's going on? She's like, I know who you are, you're a great man, and this is from God, no one else but from God. She spoke life into him so that he was able to be vulnerable with her, and she reassured him that it's okay to be vulnerable, one, and then spoke life into him to push him to be the great man that we all know him to be. It started with her. Who did he go to first after he had such a profound experience? It's to his woman, his wife, and she spoke life into him. And that's how you capture the beauty and the essence in a man's soul. By opening up and being who you are, receiving the energy he's giving you, as in the fear and all the emotions he's opening up to you. That's energy that he's given to you, and what you do with it as a woman and as our womanly power, we're able to, like, it's like magic. We just, whatever we give, we build it and we turn it into something grand. So he brings that energy towards you, and you transmute that energy, give it back to him, and speak life into him. Give it back to him with positive energy, with reassurance, with clarity. All that will truly build love between you and a man. The next one is 5. Support him. Last point. Support him. It says, don't make him choose between you and his purpose. Don't nag. Like, if he's up late typing up his book, working on something, don't make it feel bad, like, oh, whatever we do sometimes, to just make him feel bad. We know what we do to get what we want, so don't do that. Like, give him, I don't mean like allow him to neglect you. No, I mean, don't get in the way of his purpose. Push him, support him. Like, I'm your biggest cheerleader, I'm your biggest supporter, I believe in you, and take interest in his purpose, so that when he's lost or somewhere, you could remind him like, yo, you doing this for this, and this is what it's doing for the people, and just remind him of his why. Know his why, so that if he ever falls off, you're able to be the woman to remind him of his why. And when you're able to be the woman to remind a man of his why, you become part of his why. You bring meaning into his life. You remind him of his purpose, the meaning in his life. And says no one can forget a woman that does that for a man. So I hope you enjoy. And sis, just to really wrap it up, all in all, is be yourself. Be yourself, love yourself, accept yourself. Stick up for yourself in the most respectful, womanly, feminine, soft way. And a man will always respect that. And don't let the society that tells you to not be feminine and soft and charming. No, be a flower. A flower is strong enough to withstand a bee standing on it, but yet it's beautiful. It's fragile. And I don't mean fragile like weak. I mean just soft. You know what I'm saying? Be that. And be yourself, know yourself, accept yourself, sis. That is the message I have for you. One love. Assalamu alaikum.